Amykpresents.
I'm just so excited to be standing next to these guys because I have to say, these guys, yeah, when I talk about UK music, these guys are pioneers of UK music. I'm talking about Asian Dub Foundation. I got Janda Tim on one side. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
And Actor, how are you?
Excited as well.
Yeah, you're so excited. You seem excited. Welcome to the mixtape.
Very easily, actually, ADF.
No, it's good. It's good to be excited.
Yeah.
So, guys,
after all this time, ooh.
Guys, you've been around for, like, everyone knows who you are. How did you guys, now let me take you back, how did you guys first start out?
We started in a community education project, actually, called Asian Dub Foundation Education.
Wasn't there a documentary or something made back then?
It was things like that, but it was more, we started playing gigs as a band, like about mid-1994, you know, and before that it was kind of a ramshackle sound system thing, then it started getting solid, you know.
And how did you all come together?
Well, I come together actually through workshops. I started taking part in the ADFED workshops, which is ADF education, and I started learning music technology. I started DJing actually with the band, and the first tour I went on was about '99 as a DJ, and I used to come up on stage and do one track, and then from there just kind of things moved on. I left the band, which kind of gave me the opportunity to come and jump on the wagon and be the front man, basically.
You guys are dominating right now, it seems like, or dominating for the past how many years?
15 years we've been going, but I wouldn't say we're dominating anything, you know, we're not in competition with anybody. We do our own thing, we've got our own vibe, we've got our own musical vibe, our own approach. You know, you can't really bag us. You know,
no, that's so true.
That's a problem for us as much as an advantage. It makes us distinctive, but it means you don't know where to put us.
I think we should move it in a bit because it's starting to rain.
Welcome to London.
British weather. So how would you guys describe your music?
As an international language.
Basically, there's many different sounds, isn't it?
All of us come from all different musical backgrounds, you know. So we've got hip-hop, we've got rock, we've got dub, we've got drum and bass, we've got punk, we've got, you know,
Bhangra and Indian classical, Bangla folk even comes into it, you know. But at the same time, we're a live band. We've never really been, even though the DJ part of it is very important. We've always played mainly on live band stages. Do you know what I mean?
And do you guys prefer to do that? Like,
I know. I think we like any kind of thing, really. You know.
I DJ as well, so no, both. It's different vibes when you're on stage and you're doing the songs, you know, from the album and that, and people are singing along. It's a different buzz. And when you're in the club, you're DJing and the lights are going mad and people are just raving it out, you know. So it's two different vibes.
We straddle both, really. But I think the one thing that we did that perhaps a lot of groups from that time, from the so-called Asian scene, didn't do, was we actually played in the kind of rock indie world as well, and we ended up supporting groups like Radiohead.
You kind of made a crossover into kind of mainstream kind of music.
Well, we dipped our foot in it. I mean, our music is quite, you know, it's not obviously commercial, and we don't write music for a market or anything. So, I mean, you could say, okay, yeah, well, you know, you never really had big hits and stuff like that. But I think by having that distinctive approach, it's meant we're still here. You know what I mean?
And that's the main thing.
Well, we'll see. See if we can make it to 20.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go nowhere. I have Asian Dub Foundation on the show. So, guys, tell me about your musical influences growing up.
Well, growing up, I listened to, well, my parents listened to a lot of Bollywood and Bengali folk, so I listened to a lot of that. My older brother would listen to like a lot of reggae. My sister was listening to pop, so that was my first immediate kind of, you know, experience of music. But then when I started going out buying vinyls, and I started listening to a lot more hip hop, a lot more drum and bass, a lot of like DJ hype kind of styly, and then I discovered the Asian Dub Foundation.
Yep.
You know, it was quite mad, my musical journey, and so there's loads of people that, you know, there's too many artists there to mention, and then started traveling, and you start listening to bands like, you know, Afro Reggae, Nassau Zumbi from Brazil. You know, you got Japanese bands like, you know, Fire B, and, you know, what's the other, Audio Active, you know. And
you're a bit of an authority on Arabic music, aren't you? And Turkish music, actually, yeah.
Really?
I love Turkish music, Arabic music, you know, Samira Saeed and things like that. Because you meet different people, and different people have different musical tastes, and I'm very open-minded when it comes to music. So
your musical tastes grow as well, when you kind of...
And I think, you know, when you start traveling, meeting people with an open mind, it kind of inspires you with different flavours, and, you know, just move on.
And your influences?
Oh.
I think he just went through more there, you know.
It's not bad, actually, but well, if you're talking about very early influences, I mean, my dad was an Indian classical music nut, and also Kawali. I didn't even know that it was Kawali until much later. I didn't know that he was actually playing Kawali until I went back to India and met my relatives, and they had loads of Kawali on 78s.
You know, also your music, yeah, you kind of have a lot of messages in your music. You talk about racism, you know, political culture and stuff like that. You know, what made you kind of bring that into music?
Well, I mean, I think the band actually started, you know, as a kind of a way of getting young Asians into music and being confident about their culture and not being afraid to stand up against the BNP, which started around the same time as we did. You know what I mean? Sad to say it's still here and back again. But I mean, the band was formed for that purpose. So right from the start, we were always a conscious band. I mean, people use that word political, and none of us really like it. You know what I mean? Because it's like we just write what we want to write about.
Maybe we should.
What message do you have for your fans watching the show?
Oh, well, don't forget about the 26th September at the Coronet, and keep checking for us. For those who just discovered us, welcome. And for those that have been with us for 15 years, I don't know how you've done it. Thank you.
And
Steve said it all, man. I just want to big up all the fans for the support all the years. Respect.
there you go, guys. Asian Dub Foundation right here on the mixtape.